And she'll want to add to her list of titles. Well, the championship record has stood since 1986, 21.71 for Heike Dressler, who has 5 European titles. Dina Asher-Smith going for that same number, by the way, if you include the relay. They also both have 1 silver to their name. Dressler equaling the world record at the time in her home country in Germany. So there is Asher-Smith from lane 5. Klaver alongside, a great 400 runner as well, but enjoys this shorter event more. Mujinga KAMBUNDJI, who had that lead of a couple of meters in the 100 final, but it was a German who came through. And Alexandra Burkhardt seems to have grown in confidence through the rounds. Just 400 off her PB this year, 23.04. But Asher-Smith, the only athlete in this field who has gone sub 22 seconds. 21.96 this year, 21.88 her lifetime best. So final action of the night. Burkhardt, Kadari, KAMBUNDJI, Klaver, Asher-Smith, Karstoff, Grebo and Jodie Williams on the outside. The final of the women's 200 metres. So Asher-Smith in the centre, the defending champion. What kind of shape is she in? Struggled with cramp in the 100 metres and pulled up, but going well so far. KAMBUNDJI in the red of Switzerland trying to challenge now with Williams and others well back. The battle though, KAMBUNDJI against Asher-Smith. Switzerland just leading. Is Asher-Smith going to come through? No, KAMBUNDJI is the European 200 metre champion. What a performance from someone who really, 8 years ago in Zurich, became a big name, and her performances on the world stage have got better and better, and now she has the gold medal she craves, the one she was so close to getting in the 100 final, making amends as she breaks out into a smile. 22.32 to beat Dina Asher-Smith and stop the Briton from getting 3 consecutive European titles in a row. That's some performance from KAMBUNDJI. And look at that. A sprint medal from Denmark is super impressive from Karstoff, just beating there Jodie Williams of Britain. Klaver all the way back in 5th for such a talented young athlete.
Well, what a year for Mujinga KAMBUNDJI, taking the world indoor title over 60 metres in Belgrade in March, and now standing on top of Europe as far as the 200 metres is concerned. It's a cool night. It wasn't ever going to challenge 22 seconds, I don't think. 22.32, the winning time. But it was an absolutely epic head-to-head battle down the home straight between KAMBUNDJI and Asher-Smith. And they were so far ahead of the rest of the field. KAMBUNDJI, I think, really won the race in that third quarter. Dina Asher-Smith had had a great bend. KAMBUNDJI just fractionally behind as we look at the replay. Sort of stuttered out of a blocks, KAMBUNDJI. Not the best of start by any stretch of the imagination. Dina Asher-Smith absolutely flying around the bend. And then KAMBUNDJI just starts to reel her in as Dina Asher-Smith starts to tense just very, very slightly. And then the momentum just brings the Swiss sprinter right the way through to the line as Karstoff becomes the best of the rest with that surge over the final 40 metres. What a terrific performance. And KAMBUNDJI, she knows she's got gold. She's almost overcome with emotion in those last couple of metres.
It's hard to believe, but she's got a world bronze medal over 200 metres, and she's never had a European 200 metre medal. But she has now. Mujinga KAMBUNDJI taking the gold medal in the 200 metres, perhaps justifying skipping those 4x1 heats this morning for her Swiss team. They struggled without her. But Mujinga KAMBUNDJI, all smiles. She had a fantastic 2022. The performance in Belgrade was astonishing. And she's backed it up really well here with the European title.
Yeah, and I think she's a better athlete than many people would give her credit for. She's another to have completed the set of European medals now. Silver in the 100, as we said, and then the bronze in 2016 in Amsterdam for the world indoor 60-metre champion earlier this year. So capping off a great year. Now, with the flag of Switzerland on her back, there is Dina Asher-Smith, who, of course, just finishing behind her, just losing out in that battle. Someone who's been very vocal, Hannah. I think this is a really important point to mention about the effect of her period, essentially menstrual cycle, something we've seen more female athletes being more outspoken about.
It's massive, the effect of the menstrual cycle on female athletes. You fluctuate through the month. There's different hormones. People always presume when you come to that menstruation stage, that's the trickiest bit. But for every athlete, it's different as the hormones rise and fall. And I think so often we do see almost surprisingly poor performances from some females, and I do think it's important that females speak up more and more, because it's not an excuse, it's a reason, but it's seen as sometimes as people giving an excuse. And I was just thinking today, Alex, when we were discussing this, Dina Asher-Smith struggled at the World Championships. What are we? Pretty much exactly 4 weeks after the World Championship. An athlete have got to start building in, but that's a brilliant return from Dina Asher-Smith to pick up a silver medal here.
Yeah, not taking anything away from KAMBUNDJI's victory, just an important discussion point, certainly. And good to see that it's kind of shaking off that as being a taboo subject. But KAMBUNDJI, 30 years of age now, and she has European indoor and outdoor medals, again on the world stage also, and growing in stature as one of Switzerland's best sports people. Look at the delightful cast-off as well. The Danes, they've had a couple of sprinters getting better and better, setting national records in the relays. We saw that again this year. Cast-off, the best of the lot, along with the improving Matilda Kramer and Astrid Glenna Frampson. So let's have a look at this full confirmed result from the last final of the night. KAMBUNDJI from Asher-Smith and cast-off. And look at that as well. You've got 5 athletes sub 23 seconds.